So this is the Corona COVID-19 detection device by Tubog and Ilagan. So the Corona COVID-19 device has a sensor, OLED display, wire connection, and Arduino Pro Micro for programming. So this device consists of sensors like OLED device and Arduino Micro, and that helps to detect the symptoms of COVID-19. So as to help individuals quarantine themselves and practice social distancing, the DIY works by detecting the basic symptoms of the virus, like increased body temperature and shortness of breath. So it doesn't necessarily detect the specific details of having a COVID-19. So although it is not necessary that shortness of breath will cause low levels of oxygen in your blood, so general cases causes infection in your lungs, which leads to low oxygen level or hypoxia. So the efficiency of this kind of biomedical device is that first it checks the temperature of the body using a sensor. Oh, I mean, firstly, it is mobile and it is like a wristwatch, and it detects oxygen and monitors temperature with just pressing the device and blocking your blood vessels. And it may take a while and it will detect the said functions. So next is if it detects a temperature is higher than usual, it passes the first symptoms to a positive, indicating the symptoms of an OLED display as S1 plus. So then using the MAX 3100 sensor, it monitors the heartbeat and oxygen percentage. So if the device calculates that the oxygen percentage in the blood is below the normal oxygen level, then the device passes the second system as well, indicating the symptoms on an OLED display as 2. So the do's and don'ts or the hazards of this kind of device is that you do not expose it to long periods of sunlight. The device is not waterproof, and the device or the product must be kept dry or in room temperature. So don't apply much pressure in the said device because it is fragile and it is not made of strong materials and it is just made of plastic. and consult the instructions for longer use. So this is the dimension and chipset and blueprints of the COVID detection device. So as you can see, this is the front, side, back, and top of the device. And on my right is the Arduino and the MAX3100 and the OLED display. So for this, we need two types of sensors. The first one is the for temperature measurement, and using a MPU 650 sensor. Um, this sensor is for acceleration measurement and not for temperature measurement, but through testing, we have found out that it gives a roughly accurate result, although we do recommend that dedicated temperature sensors such as LM35 for blood oxygen percentage calculation must be used with MAX 3100 sensor. So the interpretation of the results is that the BPM, oxygen levels, and temperature shows on the screen as in the picture. So the device detects the high temperature and displays the first symptoms as S+. So it brings the MAX sensor to your arm, and then by putting pressure on that arm, as I said earlier, it stops a little bit of blood circulation in that part. Then the blood oxygen percentage goes down and the device detects low oxygen percentage and sets as the S2. So to test the circuit and device, turn it on and place any hot object close to the MPU 650 sensor. If the gadget senses a high temperature, the initial symptoms is displayed as S+. Bring the MAX sensors to your arm and apply pressure to that arm to block a small amount of blood circulation in the area. The blood oxygen percentage will drop and the device will identify a low oxygen percentage in the set S2+. So this project would utilize a microcontroller, which is the Arduino Pro Micro. In developing the loop function, it is important for us to keep the sensor's data updated. In being updated, the data acquired by the sensor will be displayed in the OLED. That is all.